We've been playing with a lot of Unifi devices, and we figured what can tie things up together when you want to do a bigger project. You have your camera, you have your UDM Pro, your switch, you have your doorbell. Well, maybe you need something more. And the add-on that you need, well, is right here. That's the UA-Intercom. We just did a case study about this intercom and we figured that it needed its own video. So we're looking at it today as part of the Gate Access Starter Kit, but keep in mind that it's part of different kits depending on your needs. So you can have it for a lot of different projects. All right, you know about it. Let's see what's in the box and let's jump to the video. So again, really nice unboxing. I cannot say enough how much I love doing those. But back to the video, let's start with the intercom that we have here. As you can see, this intercom has a 7-inch screen. It is PoE powered and there's a lot of credentials you can use. So you can open it using the Identify app from Ubiquiti. You can also use NFC, so using your phone to unlock directly. You have access to a PIN code. You can use different types of access cards, all up to MyFair Desfire. So the best encryption there is, so you're able to just go in all secured. Not only that, but you also have the face unlock. So with this, you have the HD camera on top that we have right here. It's able to detect your face depending on the range where you're at. This is something you can configure on the interface itself. And this way, just by seeing your face, it will unlock the door. Now, again, we mentioned this is part of a kit. So we're also looking at the gate hub. So this is what it would work with today. The gate hub itself is meant to either close automatically your gates, close manually your gates, or even work with bi-directional gates, so opening and closing each one of them. Now, the hub itself is powered by a PoE adapter that you've seen, so that comes with the box. And on the hub, you also have PoE ports that are actually right now powering up our intercom and also the camera that we have right here. This camera is not part of the kit. This is the AI Pro Bullet. The reason why we have it is because when used with the gate hub, you're able to open the gate by using LPR detection, so license plate recognition. So having this camera, it will read the license plate and open the gate. When you go on the Unifi website, you're able to see the different LPR cameras option right here. So either one of these cameras will work in that situation. Not only that, but you also have a transmitter and a receiver that you can use depending on the type of gate you have. So if they use 2 wires, while using this, you will have no problem doing your installation. Now that we've seen everything that's in the box, you know what's coming. We're jumping on the interface of Unifi Access and we will see the settings of our device. Now, as we mentioned before, we are using the UDM Pro to work with the Unifi Access, so with the intercom and the gate hub. Make sure it is up to date and you have the access downloaded on your UDM Pro. Because again, you can have your product, but you need to have the different features there. When this is done, you can enroll your products. So as you can see, we have the gate entry and the UA up gate. If I click on the gate, well, here I have a preview of Oleg filming in front of the camera, and you have all the details of your intercom. So the IP address, MAC address, the version, and the uptime of the device. If I go inside of the intercom, well, then I know when people are calling, entering, and I have an history of people using the intercom. So it's a good way to know and understand different situations. And now if we go inside the settings, well, you can change the name of your intercom if it makes it easier to find it. If you have a big project, well, maybe you want to name it for the name of the building, which entry it's covering. So it's always a good way to do this. You also have the caller manager. So this is part of the directory. So when you have your intercom right here, as you can see, you have a picture, you have a logo, you can customize those, we'll see this, but you also have the directory. So if I click on directory, here you have like and subscribe Pipl Systems. And you can change all of this by going inside the caller manager. So if I click on caller manager, it will open up this page. And I really like how interactive it is. So you have your intercom on the left and it's actually responsive. So if I click on the doorbell on the intercom, it will open on the right the doorbell call button. And as you can see, when I click on the doorbell, so if I click here, it will call myself. So I'm the one assigned to the doorbell call. It would be exactly the same thing if we're looking at the different directory. So whether I click on like and subscribe or Pipl System, it opens up the tab on the right and you see who's part of that directory. And you can create a lot of different directory just by clicking here, entering a different name, and then you can check who will receive the call in that scenario. If you click on topology, so on the top, it gives you a nice view of all the different directories. Right now, we're only using 2 different with the doorbell, but in a situation where you have a multi-tenant building, it may be easier to understand which function will call whom. So in that case, it's only me. Going back inside the settings, so clicking on devices on the left, going back inside my intercom and inside settings. So you have your access methods. So right now we have access to the NFC card, mobile unlock, face unlock, PIN, and QR code. As you can see, the face unlock is not activated. Reason being that, well, with OLED in front of the screen, there's a lot of motion. So we don't want it to always trigger the face unlock feature. We want you to see the beautiful picture that we have on our screen right there. So, but again, my face is in the directory. We'll do a demo for you later on. Beneath this, you have mobile unlock, so either using the mobile button or the mobile tap. You also have the video recording when there's a motion detection, because again, this is rocking an HD camera right here. And you also have a floodlight. So all the white strip that you have on top actually illuminates when you're doing a face detection or when there's not enough light in front of the intercom to make sure the person in front of it is visible. Now, talking about the display, as you can see here, we have the Pipl logo, we have Pipl System HQ, and we have a picture of the airport. So just to show that in any scenario, you're able to customize it to the needs of the end user. So if it's for a multi-tenant building, if it's for an airport, if it's for a parking lot, because again, we're talking about the gate hub here, so maybe that's more convenient in that case. Well, you can customize it as you please, and changing it is really easy. So for example, we can click reset here. It goes back to the Unifi logo, so Ubiquiti with the same name and a new background, different colors. So it's pretty instant when you want to customize this. And then directly from your PC, you're able to upload the different pictures. Down there, we have the advanced. So as I mentioned, you have the floodlight. Right now it's turned off. So if I go back up and I check the face unlock, as you can see, the auto floodlight is automatically checked. Reason again, because doing face detection, you need to be able the person in front of the intercom. You also have the auto display brightness. If you remove that settings, you can adjust the brightness by yourself. You also have the volume, because yes, this has two-way communication, so you're able to speak with the receiver. And then you have the different option to manage your intercom. So right now we will apply all the changes here, and let's go to how to create a user. So how can user actually use the intercom and have the different option to unlock the door. So to go to the users, you need to access the settings on the bottom left, and then you go inside users in the UDM Pro. But first, let's look at the different general settings that you can have here. So using general settings, you can fix the PIN code length. So if you want it to be 4 digits, 6 digits, or 8 digits, you can also toggle the face unlock. So this is where you would toggle the face unlock in general with the anti-spoofing, meaning that if someone brings a picture of someone that lives in the building, well, it would not work. So this is something to make the building more secured. It's a nice little option that you have here. It would be the same thing if you want to create schedules. So if it's a working building or an office and you have people coming to clean, they just need to have access during the weekend, you can create a customized schedule right here so they could access the premise only during the set days. If we keep going down, you have your card inventory. So this is where you would manage all your access cards. You can also use the touch pass. So if you're using NFC readers in your system. And below this is the visitors. So you can actually create visitors, and this is really helpful in those days where we order online a bunch of stuff. So by creating a new visitor, you can add the visit reason. So if it's an interview, a business, corporation, or other, so this way you actually understand better the situation and the context in which the person showed himself. So if you're expecting a delivery, you would create, for example, for other reason, you enter the name of the delivery, it can be just a delivering company, and it will generate a QR code for them to use and enter your premise. You can also add a PIN code and a license plate, meaning that the delivery truck, if you have a gate at the entrance of your home, well, if you give him access with the add license plate here, you enter the license plate of the delivery truck, well, the camera, so using the AI Pro that we have, would see the license plate and open the gate. Again, in the schedule, you can make it so it's unlocked from, let's say, noon to 6 p.m. So when the truck arrives, he's able to enter and exit without a problem. And after that, he cannot redeem the code. So you are the master of how this works. You decide if it's all day, if it's just during a certain period of time, if it's a recurring visit. You have a lot of options doing the visitor pass. Now, we went through all this. I was mentioning users before. So going into the users here, right now there's only me, but if I click on my profile, as you can see, I have a device assigned to myself. I can send an invitation to my phone. So this is to activate the Unifi identity, because with the Unifi identity, you're able to create a card and actually unlock the intercom or the gate only by using your phone. And you also have access to different things that we will see right here. So if I go on Insights, again, this is similar to the intercom before. It's an history of my actions. If I go inside the settings, well, now I have all my name, my email, in which group I'm part of, and the different access that I have. So right now I have my PIN code. I don't have a license plate, not an NFC card. As you can see, there was a picture uploaded for my face, so I can unlock it directly on the intercom just by putting my face in front of the camera. And I also have access to the AI Pro camera. So yes, in the Identify app, I can give different users access to some Protect camera. This can be really helpful. Again, we're talking about a gate setup. So if you want to look at the camera from a different field of view of your intercom to see the context of what's happening. Is it really the person you were waiting for? Is there multiple cars? Because again, even if this intercom has a great field of view, you're not able to assess the whole situation. So having access to a different camera gives you this opportunity. And again, this is something you can toggle off or on. You don't need to give access to everyone to your Unifi Protect, so using the cameras, but it's a nice little add-on. Now let's see the intercom in action. So as I mentioned before, I created a PIN code. So going in front of the intercom, I can enter my PIN code right here. As you can see, straight on going in.
Welcome, Jeremie.
On the gate hub, you can hear that the door unlocked. It says my name perfectly. I love it. And as you can see, the camera is already turned on because I enabled the face detection inside the interface. I will try to do this fast, but it will detect my face.
Welcome, Jeremie.
As you can hear on the gate hub, it unlocked the hub. Again, it says my name, so working seamlessly, only a matter of seconds. Another way to open it, as I mentioned before, is using the Identify app from Ubiquiti. So from there, I can either just click on the app. So I click on doors,
Welcome.
unlock the door like so, but I can also use my phone
Welcome.
and it will unlock the door again. So it's a really neat feature to have and a really great app to be able to just, again, save some time. It makes it easy to enter a building. It makes it easy to enter your place if you have a gate, just opening it up, because in that situation, you park your car in front of the gate, you show either your face, so turning around, looking at the intercom, or your phone, and there you have it, the gate opens up for you. Also, I want to mention one thing. When talking about the Identify app, as I mentioned, I have access to the camera right here, so using the AI Pro, I can look at myself, I click on it, and directly from the application, I'm able to monitor the situation. So again, keep in mind in front of a gate or again, a building, that would work pretty well. As you see, this intercom can do a lot of things. And I think the main point here is that there's no subscription fee. You're able to use this intercom with a one-time payment. And if you buy it in a kit, it's the same thing. You just have more advantage because you're able to use it in a niche situation, like in this case. So now we're gonna go inside the hub gate that we have right here to understand how this one would work. It's less features that with the intercom, again, because the intercom is doing a lot. The hub would be mostly to configure the automatic closing, manual closing, or bi-directional. So if we go right here, click on the hub, going on the right on the overview, like always, you're able to see the IP address, MAC address, device version. And when we go inside the setting, where this is where you would have access to your terminal. So by clicking on Terminal Manager right here, you have access to your gate closing action. So if it's a drive a single double, you can name your gate and also control the gate operation. So if the opening is activated for 1 second, 5 seconds, or even 15 seconds. You can have access also to the trigger level, so if for the gate exit request. It would be something similar if we're looking at the side door. You can rename your door, again, making it easier for you to identify, and then you can choose the trigger level for your side door exit request, the position, and even the side door lock. Keep in mind that you also have some terminals for emergencies, so if there's any kind of evacuation, and also for an external siren. So this will make a lot of noise and let people know that something is happening. I love reviewing this kind of solution because it again ties everything together. When we're looking at Ubiquiti, you have your Unifi Protect, you have your Unifi Access, you have your networking. So it makes it easier when doing an installation because you don't need bridges. So the installation goes faster because everything integrates seamlessly. But when we're looking at this specific kit, yes, we use intercoms in North America, but looking at the gate access starter kit, well, when I see this, I'm thinking parking lots, I'm thinking hotels, but not really any residential installation. Because again here, well, you could enter my backyard and start the barbecue if you want. There is no protection there. I'll see you on the camera, but hey, start doing burgers if you want. But when we are looking into Europe, 99% of the people there have gate at their entrance. So I see this being more useful in that market when we're talking residential, but otherwise, I think this kit works great for some projects, like I mentioned before, parking lots and so on. It just shows different solutions that you can find on the Unifi store and that can fit different projects when you need it. All right, guys, that was Jeremy from Pipl Systems. See you on the next one.